Kia ora koutou, my name is Holly Gooch. So let's look at spotting first. As being a part of being a teacher and working with gifted young people, you have to sort of be a bit of an investigator, an explorer, a scientist, a researcher. And what we're going to talk about is looking for some of the clues of giftedness. So I'm just going to say that one of the themes that you'll see is that curiosity is really important. So if a kid is demonstrating curiosity, then that's something that should make you prick up your ears and take note, because it could be a sign of giftedness. And curious things that happen in your classroom can often be a sign of giftedness as well. Things that are unexpected, unusual. It's not something that you see in lots of the students you've taught before. That's another sign of giftedness as well. So that's one theme, curiosity and curiousness. But the other one is also the idea that all behavior is communication. So I'm sure you've heard that all before. But if we think about our students in our classrooms, often their behavior can be disguising their giftedness. So it may look like difficult behavior, it may look like a personality issue, it may look like they're being cheeky. But we need to have a little think and have a gifted lens and think maybe there's something underlying that could be related to giftedness. So we're going to go through some examples here. So let's take this first example. We've got 7-year-old Bella. She's supposed to be doing a bit of artwork about a butterfly because that's your inquiry topic at the moment. But instead of drawing a butterfly, she has drawn a whole page of math problems. So there's numbers everywhere and little mathematical symbols everywhere and scribbles and so on. So have a think. Could this mean that she's not interested in butterflies? Could it mean that she's trying to annoy you? Or could it mean that she's passionate about maths and can't stop thinking about it? Now, I would argue that a lot of us would instinctively go to A or B and be getting frustrated at Bella for not following the task instructions. However, with our gifted lens on, with our investigator super sleuth hat on, we need to also consider that perhaps it's because she's really passionate about maths and would really rather be doing maths than art right now. In which case, it would be really interesting to give her some extension work around maths or to explore that a bit further. Okay, let's have a look at another example. So this is 15-year-old Zach. He is in your history class and he has not handed in his assignment by the due date. So could this mean that Zach is telling you that history is not his priority subject? He'd much rather be doing PE. Or is he telling you that he's loving this assignment, he's gone way beyond the brief, and he really wants to make it perfect before he hands it in? He can't stand the thought of handing something in while there's still more work that needs to be done on it. Or could it be that he's lazy and unmotivated and doesn't really care about his NCA achievement, would rather be gaming or something like that? So again, one thing I'd encourage you to think about is the possibility that it could be B. So we know that lots of our gifted kids are perfectionists. We also know that they can get into hyperfocus. So they'll find a topic they love and just have real trouble pulling themselves out of that topic and want to explore it deeper. So often our gifted kids like going into greater depth than their peers. So it would be good to have a chat with him to find out, which of these reasons it is. But we always want to give them the benefit of the doubt that perhaps it is because he's showing some gifted traits. Okay, third example. This is Aroha. She's 17. She's in year 12. You've got her in your English class. She never participates in class discussions. She looks like she's zoning out or is just very quiet. But then she all of a sudden hands in this beautifully written essay about the novel you've been studying in class. And it's really sophisticated and sort of surpasses, what you would come to expect from your students. So, is Aroha telling you that the work is too easy for her and that the reason she doesn't bother taking part in class discussions anymore, she's learnt through her time in school that no one seems to get her ideas because they're too sophisticated and they just kind of look at her with weird looks. And so she's decided that it's much easier to just not participate. So that's one option. The other option could be that her parents have written her essays for her because they were panicking about her, not passing the assignment. And she didn't know how to do it herself. So she got help from her parents. Or is it because she is a really competitive student and so she went and got ChatGPT to write her essay for her? Now, I know lots of teachers are really worried about the ChatGPT issue, and I've certainly heard lots of experiences where students have been accused of getting their parents to write their essay, or schools have rung home and asked their parents if they contributed to an assignment. And for our gifted kids, that can be really upsetting and can prevent them from handing in work in future. So again, I'd encourage you to think maybe it is maybe she is a really able student, and that is why there's a big discrepancy between what she writes and how she participates.